Today's book of the week is Predictable Irrationality. This is a really good book. Basically, this book is about human behavior, how you can use it if you have a business or if you're selling a product or service, how you can use human behavior to get more money for your business. And it talks about how there's hidden things in human psychology that shape the way we make decisions. And a lot of them are on the surface irrational, but they're predictable, hence the name. The link is in the description if you want to check this out. I highly suggest you do. I'm going to break down some of the principles of this book, some of the stuff that I found fascinating. One of the sections of the book is called The Truth About Relativity. And basically what the author showed is that we compare things in relative terms, not in absolute terms. For example, you ever go to a website and there's 3 options for shit you can buy? The regular shit, and there's like the super expensive shit. And in the middle, a lot of times they'll have the best option. And a lot of times they're doing that because they want to guide you to that one in the middle. So there's been studies on this that shows that when there's 3 options, especially one that's very expensive, one that's mid-price, and then one that's cheap, people almost always go to the mid-price one. This example with 4, this one is just that light work, right? But it's the business elite, the most expensive shit, boom, 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 it gives you all this shit. A lot of shit you probably don't even need, man, but you need fucking 100 collaborators for. Then they have core shit, this the regular shit, this that basic bitch shit, and this is the poor boy shit, right? This is recommended, they just say recommended, they're like actually guiding you towards this, right? And there's studies that show when you structure it like this, more of these get bought. Let's say you took away the most expensive one. The studies show if you take away the most expensive one, people would buy the core one more. This happens all the time. This is why they have so many options. And the most expensive one is like more shit than you ever need. In marketing, we call this a price anchor. So if you have a business, product, or service, you can structure some of your shit like that. You should see a higher take in the mid ones if you want it. And basically what Dan said, the author, he said, we don't know what we want until we see it in context. Marketers will use this by placing a decoy product to drive us to the choice they want us to make. And that was a good example at Wix, right? They're not expecting motherfuckers to buy the expensive shit, right? Then another example is called the cost of zero. Basically, what the author says is free has psychological power that distorts decision-making. So example he gave was when Amazon offered free shipping, France still charged like a negligible fee. Sales in France until they dropped it to 0, then sales went way up. They started to skyrocket. It was that little fee instead of free, it dissuaded people from actually buying. And he has another example in the book how free can actually be worse. The example he gave was in the town he lives in, they had free passes to the museum, a lot of free passes. As a result, when he goes to the museum, it's fucking packed. He had to spend mad long in lines to get in, spent a bunch extra time to look at each exhibit. And he said, yeah, it was free, but it was worse. But everybody wanted to go, it was free. He said it fucks with our decision making when you would have saved more time and probably enjoyed yourself more if you would have just fucking paid the $10 to go to the goddamn museum. So free can actually distort human behavior. But this is why marketers, they have some free shit. They'll say it all the time. I say it all the time. Every time I have something free, I say free, because it's powerful. It makes people want to get it. They want something when it's free, you know? Now, this is not in the book. If you want rich clients don't want the free shit. They want the most expensive shit. So it also depends on the clientele. This is something I've noticed in business. Rich clients, they want that shit that's high status. So they want the most expensive shit. When I fly first class. When I was looking for an apartment, I said, no, give me the best apartment and give me the best condo in this motherfucker, right? So it also depends on the clientele a little bit. But even with those people, you can add something free and they feel like they got a deal. This is a great one. The effect of expectations. Expectations actually shape our reality. So example he gave was from a study, blind taste tests for Coca-Cola and Pepsi. In the blind taste test, when they didn't know what they were drinking, most people preferred Pepsi. And then here's the thing though, when they told them to drink Coke versus Pepsi, and then they did the taste test, everybody said the Coke was better. It is a mental thing, but it's deeper than that. It's actually a biological thing. It's not in this book, but I read another study from a different book where they talked about they did the same thing, but they hooked people's brain scanners. When they did the blind test, most people preferred Pepsi. The areas of brain that have to do with enjoying things and pleasure, those lit up more when they had Pepsi. And then after they did the blind one, they took those same people and they said, yo, this is Coke, this is Pepsi. Drink them and tell me which one you like better. And when they drank the Coke, when they knew it was Coke, part of their brains that registered for pleasure lit up more. And it lit up more than when they did it blind. So the mere fact that they think they like Coke more or they expect to like Coke more actually made them really like Coke more, not cocaine, Coca-Cola, more on a biological level. And I thought that was so fascinating, how our expectations can actually shape our reality. And that brings us to the next one, the power of price. Price affects quality and results, even for placebos. So this is similar to the other one, but it's based off price. Example that he gave in the book was people given a placebo pill that they thought was expensive. I mean, they reported more pain relief than those who thought it was cheap. Both of the versions of the pills were bullshit. Everybody got bullshit. Nobody got a real pill. But when you told that person that the placebo was an expensive one, and then you told other people that it was a cheap one, the people who had the expensive one, the expensive placebo, actually had more pain relief than the motherfuckers who got the cheap shit. So price can play tricks on our brain. I know that. I buy a lot of expensive shit. This watch cost me $200,000. Goddamn. As a result, I feel like I tell the time a lot better. I highly suggest you read this book. It is way more than this, man. Check it out. It's fascinating. Even if you don't have a business, it's just fascinating to learn how the brain works and how things can actually manipulate the human brain. You might see how you're being manipulated by other marketers or other people, and you don't even know it. New York Times bestseller for a reason, all right? Links in the description.